Hello and welcome to The Woods, a new segment on the Bobby Freakout Hour, which kind of used to be called Camp Food Review, but I've now decided to expand Camp Food Review out to hiking and woodland style fun activities. Today's activity is hiking. The way I go to work, there's a bridge that you go over the freeway, and from that freeway you can see what looks like a woods, and then it stops, and then there's like obviously it's a drop, and if you know about the area, you know it's the quarry. And the goal for today is to make it to that point and be able to look out from that spot, look out over the quarry, over the freeway, to the water, etc., etc. I am sitting at the point, without revealing anything, the closest point I can. And yeah, this is the hiking. This is the hike of, or a hiking adventure as part of the woods. So here we go. Let's go. Okay, we are at the start of the trail. We're going to be going up there. Let's get on with it, because I feel like I've had too many stops and too many things holding me back today, so I just want to get on with it. So let's get up there. So I like to play video games like the next person, and a while ago I was playing a lot of a video game called DayZ, which is sort of a zombie game where you wake up on the beach with nothing but a piece of fruit, and there are zombies, there are other players, it's post-apocalypse, all that kind of stuff. Oh, we've got a bit of a hill here. So let me get up this and then I'll keep talking to you. Oh, for fuck. Part of what I like about the DayZ game is the sort of just go explore. It's the same with a lot of video games and a lot of things these days with open world stuff where you just go explore. And I thought to myself, wouldn't it be great when the apocalypse hits to go just explore? And there's going to be a lot of heavy breathing in this one, because this is just all climb at the moment. Lots of little steps. Whew. The views are pretty good though, and I think they're only going to get better. And the whole point of this climb and this adventure is to get a good view. And I thought to myself, when I was thinking about going exploring, I was like, well, why can't we just do that now? Obviously in a post-apocalypse world we might go adventuring and exploring into homes and houses and buildings and ransacking things and stuff. So we can't do that. But we can just go follow some paths and try and find some spots on maps that are interesting. And that's what this one is. We're only a little bit of the way in. I'm already going to take the shirt off. I rode my bike here and it's currently getting serviced and some new parts down at the shop. So that's why I'm carrying a bike helmet, for anyone who cares. And I realised that I didn't fill my water bottle up. So I don't have any water for this trip. I do have some soup, which will be hydrating. But yeah, it's not a super long hike. I don't think it's going to take me that long. But it's 12 o'clock now, and I've got a rough finish time of 5 o'clock, which is when they said the bike will be ready by then. So it might be ready before that. Then I've got to ride home, which sucks. And I'd love to have the dogs here, but unfortunately, certainly a bit further up, it's no dogs, because I have done a geocache. We're going to be going past one of my favourite geocaches, which is up a tree. We're under 50% battery as well, so I don't like it when the camera falls like that. So we're just going to keep going because conditions aren't perfect, but that's what this is. It's like a training run / experimentation. We will get to that point. We will get to that lookout, no matter what. So if it wasn't for this silly idea that I had to to go to a certain spot on the map, I would never have discovered this beautiful environment where you've got a section that would be ripe for camping, which we're not going to do because we can't, but then you've also got just through here beautiful little picnic spot almost. Ladies, if this is your kind of thing, if you like this kind of camping and hiking and stuff, going a bit of an adventure and having like a picnic in an area like that, hit me up, because that's the kind of lady I'd like to be with. So I'm pretty sure, sort of up that way, is Arthur's Seat. In fact, I'm absolutely sure I can see through the trees some of the gondola, the chairlift, whatever you want to call it. But this little section here is just so brilliant. It's completely, like, it's an open space. It's got all these pine needles on the ground, killing off any of the grass, and obviously some kids well, I say kids, it could be people my age, have tried to build like a little fort / shelter here. They haven't done it too well. There's an old table and a piece of concrete, which is fantastic. It needs work. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's just fantastic. Unfortunately, there is construction of new houses and stuff just over there, so that'll ruin it for anyone that used to enjoy coming here to muck around. This is already... I didn't even realise that there was a path just here. The very start of the path was next to a sign saying that it was the quarry up here, which is the quarry that we're heading to. And I didn't realise that this path was here. I thought I was going to have to walk the road for a bit. But this path, and you can tell there's evidence of mountain bikers coming down through this path, which is fair enough. I thought I heard a bike, but it's one of the trucks. But then there's sections like this that don't look good for, like that bank looks good, but then where are you going? Because you've got these two trees. Looks very dangerous for mountain bikers here. Oh. But the views are pretty good. They're only going to get better as we go up. and up and up. Okay, more evidence of bikes. I'm a commuter distance biker. I am not a mountain biker. This looks intense to me. Look at this. That's and that's some serious stuff there. Oh wow, that's actually metal. That is, yeah, that is serious. And it comes after this big one here. I don't think this is the safest, to be honest. I might be a little bit middle-aged, but that's a I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but that is a sudden drop. And the landing is not easy by any means. Yowza. And there is fresh, or relatively, it's not that fresh. There is evidence of bikes coming through here, but wow, wow, wow. That would be just heard some lizards moving around. That would be quite the intense, you can see it there, quite the intense ride. So we've hit a point here where there's actually a fence and what looks like a road. So I assume, based on the map I've got, we're at the edge of the council reserve, which is in this little middle section. So I don't know what we're technically walking into going this way, because we're going to keep going that way. So yeah, I don't know what we're technically walking into, although according to the map, the map wasn't exactly accurate with the path that we've already been on. And according to the map, we're going to link up with the main road that's up here, which, based on that gate and stuff just over there, I think, and I can see the main path up here. So yeah, so we're getting close to joining up with where the geocache brought us last time. And I am so glad I wore shorts and this sleeveless top today. I think I've packed quite appropriately for this weather, because it's in the mid-20s today. And because there is not, as you can see, a cloud in the sky, I'm really glad that I brought the solar panel as well, because that'll help me with charging up the phone later. And I'm not going to have any issues with the battery of the camera because I've brought spare batteries. Yes. So yeah, this is the road / trail going up that way, and that's the bike path there, if you can see the sign. And because it's a downhill section, you're not meant to go up that path. Oh. And so we are going to follow the road. Just going to step into the shade for a minute. Now I thought I put a marker So there's two possible spots which could be the place I'm trying to get to. Maybe did I put the marker in? Yeah, so I put the marker in Apple Maps, not in the Gaia app that I was going for. And that has put the mark at the second option. So you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go that second option. So, yep. Not sure he was even aware that I was here, which is perfectly fine. So we're just going to follow this trail road as far up as we can go. We're not going to go onto the bike path. Because of the cache that I went for that's just off that bike path. Here we go. You go for a ride? Absolutely. Part of me absolutely hates those electric bikes, but part of me totally gets it. This is and that's a perfect example. Him riding up like that, back up the top of the hill. It's fantastic for him. I'm really thinking on my bike of trying to incorporate some kind of electrics for some pedal assist, because I am a middle-aged man now, so I think that's fair. Anyway, the geocache is to the side over there, and it is off the bike path. But it feels somewhat dangerous going on the bike path because bikes are coming down. So we're going to focus on staying on this path, which is going to be slightly easier, because even though it is a climb, it's a somewhat easy climb. So let's keep going. Okay, we are dripping sweat like you wouldn't believe. Christ. I am well knackered, as some people might say. The heart is going quite intensely. I brought my ground sheet / poncho to sit on, and I shouldn't have done that because it's heavy. Oh. So we're at a fork in the road, kind of. So up that way just keeps going up and up, and that way goes left, for want of a better phrase. And that's the way we want to go. So I'm hoping, based on using the Gaia app, which has contours on it, that this is going to be some slightly flatter walking than what we've done just there. Oh man. Because I daydream about walking and hiking and living out of a pack, I daydream about... See, there's another great little camping spot just in there. You really could live up here if you were stealthy enough. I daydream about living out of a backpack, but every time I put a slightly heavy pack on and I try to go for a walk, I realise how that might not be possible, because my fitness is terrible. I've got practically no water in the pack. I've got a ground sheet and a thermos with soup in it. That's about it. And yet, coming out, now that was a steep hill that I just came up, so got to take that into account. But if I had days of food and water and multiple clothing and a tent, I'm not sure I could do it. So fitness is something I've really got to work on. And luckily this is a beautiful, beautiful spot. Look at it. So we've gotten to our first sign of the quarry, and given that the goal is to be sitting sort of on the top of the quarry looking out, this is a sign, not necessarily good or bad. There's wonderful, what looks like a bike trail going down beside the fence, but yeah, interesting point in the walk that we've made it to. Again, this feels like the video game zombie apocalypse, go exploring and stuff. Yeah. Because in a video game you'd get to this point and you'd be like, okay, let's run beside the fence and find an opening, go through the fence. And I'm kind of doing that now. I've got some markers and stuff coming up. And another person walking. So, on the map, this fence isn't here. On the map I'm using. And a lady with nothing but what looked like a purse just walked past. It's hilarious given how big my pack is compared to hers. But I like to think that I'm training for the future. So this fence isn't here, and so I was hoping to potentially go down that road. But as you can see, there's a lot of signs. It doesn't look particularly like the security camera is actually doing anything. I mean, that camera looks like it's been broken a while ago. But it is a quarry. It is a functioning quarry. And it's better safe than sorry, I think. We've got a key there, which is so high that I would assume it's for trucks, but it's so rusted out I assume it hasn't been used in a while. So again, be fantastic in the apocalypse. Probably would jump the fence, have some wire bolt cutters and cut the barbed wire and get through. But what we're doing today is not the apocalypse, no matter how much I would like it to be. So we're going to be doing a really long detour, like seriously long detour. I'll try and include a screenshot of the map here for the detour, but it shouldn't be terribly hilly. It should be okay. Okay, so we've got our first major left, or we've got a major left here. And again, post-apocalyptic infrastructure is very interesting. Because, like, part of me thinks, if that's an electricity board, in the apocalypse, if you're in this area, you would break into that and see if it was working. Obviously, it's not what we're going to do right here. And the other cool thing is there's all these markers for the bikes. the bike infrastructure. And again, I'm not sure what's through there, but that doesn't look like a bike path. That looks like a walking path to me. And Arthur's Seat Road being that way. So we're going to go this way, and there's a path going. It's a path going that way, which is two ways. It's the Friends track, but the OT Dam and Boundary Road. So, and also check this out. How nice is that? I don't have any real interest in visiting like major cities around the world, but if I was going to travel around the world, I would travel to spots to go hiking like this, because all the trees here are predominantly Aussie natives. Like the main canopy above me is eucalyptus of some kind. I've got to improve my tree knowledge. Got a bunch of ferns and stuff on the lower levels, but it's all pretty much Aussie natives. And so I can sort of imagine this being out in the middle of nowhere, no before white man, all that kind of stuff. And I'd love to go to other places and experience and see their see what the difference would be with the different trees and different environments, different smells. Because I love the smell of an Aussie forest. So let me just check the map. So coming up here, on the map, it says that there's a left. And that left goes all the way down to some more of the, what looks like on the map, mining roads, which I hope and I think is roughly where the point is that I want to look out from, the point that I've been trying to get to. And so, and this is the only real way to get there, because like the fence, but not sure if you can see it, but the fence is there. And that's definitely not something that I'm prepared to bother crossing today. This isn't meant to be a dangerous expedition. Plus it would involve wire cutters and stuff, so that's not going to happen. I'm disappointed that we're walking downhill, because that just means more uphill later, as well as on the way back. But yeah, this is fantastic, so I'll let you know when we're turning left again. There really should be so many more geocaches in here. There's nowhere near enough. This is such a fantastic spot to go walking and to get out of the suburban area. There should be caches all over this place, in my opinion. But given that I'm not much of a hider of caches, it's probably not going to be me that does it. Okay, this is bad. The map contour lines on the map suggest that there is a left turn at the bottom of this little dip, which is exactly where I'm at. There is a left turn, but it is regarded as private property. So the map says that road exists, which it does. Down there. And so, I do not believe it is possible to get to the point that I wanted to get to. So I'm going to sit down just here. Not surprised in the slightest, because I knew the point I was looking for was the top of a quarry, looking down. I knew that was the case. It was not that was not surprising that this is locked off to me. But it is very disappointing. So I'll take a screenshot here. Oops. If I put the screenshot here on the screen now, the little white dot with the green circle is where I was hoping to get to. So that's where you can see the quarry, and that was the lookout. That was where I was hoping to be able to see. But, kind of understandably, they want to keep a buffer between the dangerous part where you can fall and all that kind of stuff of the quarry, and where you can get to. That's fair enough. It's just very unfortunate for me, because I was hoping to get a good view from there. And as I said before, I do not want to try and jump the fence or climb under it. Maybe could squeeze under there, but I don't think I could get my pack under there, under the thing. And I'm certainly not going to cut any wires or try and go over anything. So yeah, very, very disappointing overall. Fantastic walk. This has been a great little walk. There's no complaints there. Great way to spend the day. I've still got multiple hours before the bike is fixed and ready. So what I'm thinking I'll do... Oops, no, don't do that. No, no, oh! Oh, wow. Oh, this app is even better than I thought. I tapped a couple of spots and it gave me a trail and even a contour line of not a contour line, but a gradient line of what kind of walking it would be, and you can snap it to trail as well. So maybe in the future this app may be worth buying or paying for. Although I'm still kind of thinking that a GPS is better if I'm going to further into the bush. We're still very somewhat suburban where I'm at the moment. So there is plenty of pathway to go walking from here. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just head somewhat the long way back to where the bike is, which means going that way. Unfortunately, that will include no awesome views of the quarry or the bay or anything that I was hoping to see. Which is ultimately quite understandable. Again, I know I would be safe because I'm not going to go too close to the edge or anything like that. Looking at the map though, it is so frustrating because it is so close just down there, and it looks like a pretty safe spot to stand and look out over yonder. But it's just not to be. It's not going to happen. So I think I'm going to rest here before I start climbing a little bit again. And then we'll just start walking back. Back down towards where the bike is. I'm sitting here exactly where I was moments ago on the camera, on where the gate is to the path that I can't get down that I wanted to get down. I'm eating my soup. I've got a little scotch in my hip flask that my best mate gave me many years ago. I certainly wouldn't say that I'm drunk, but I've definitely had a couple of scotches. Maybe a full shot of scotch, a couple of nips, as they say. And there's a few ants crawling on me. But there's nothing. The main sound is the wind in the trees, the odd bird noise, the odd piece of bark or something falling. You can hear the freeway just in the distance. It's not that far away. And it just feels so right and peaceful. And it really does just, like, I'm in this moment, I'm really motivated to do the living out of a backpack idea that I've had, that I want to do. Definitely feel like I need a lot more training before I can completely do it, which is fine because I've got reasons why I can't do it just at the moment. The main one being the dogs. And I really wish the dogs were here. Oh my God. To have the two of them walking around here and maybe sitting down with me and stuff would make this so much better. So I feel like that's going to happen. I'm going to be doing more dog walking. Okay. Lunch is over. If I'm being completely honest, I probably had a little too much of my scotch. Just because I'm feeling loosey-goosey and stuff, which is good. Well, we made it in the walk to this dam that's here. And it's such a beautiful spot. It's so peaceful. And I ended up just rolling out the oilskin poncho mat, whatever you want to call it, just on the other side of this log here, and having a nap because it's beautiful and peaceful and just absolutely fantastic here. But I've gotten a text message saying that my bike's ready, so we're going to commence the kilometre and a bit walk back down. First we've got to go up, then we're going to go down to the car park and everything where the bike shop is. Wombat Junction. I feel like Wombat Junction's a common name for places here in Australia. I'm pretty sure there's one at Mount Sterling where I've been camping before. Anyway, that's what we're going to do now to finish off the day and then ride home. Lovely, lovely day. So even though it wasn't a quote-unquote successful hike, it certainly was a very enjoyable one, and it has been not a completely perfect day, but a delightful and very nice day. So what more can you ask for? Anyway, that is the first episode of The Woods. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you the next time.